Actually, it's almost synchronized SIP because it's 10 to 10 on the eastern side. So today we're going to talk about what Scott Adams discuss with doing your own research and why doing your own research is wrong. So, and I would say, well, what does it mean doing your own research? Because you're not going to be as wrong if you have three types of doing your own research. Let's say there is a topic. I don't know. Let's take something that everybody's talk about. Climate change, for example. That's everybody talk about it. It used to be global warming. They realized the earth is warming and cooling, so they decided to change it to climate change. Go argue with climate change because climate always change, right? However, the argument is how humans contribute to the destruction of earth by affecting the weather in a way that life on earth is going to be inhabitable. Okay, so uh, so there's three types of research when you do your own research that you need to do. The number one is find experts on both sides of the issue and look for facts, because the hierarchy is going to be first facts, which are numbers, dates, names. These are facts. Then you have the truth, which is interpretation of the facts, right? If I say 72 degrees, that's a fact. A beautiful day, that's the truth. And then you're going to have the third layer, is it good or bad, right? The morality of it. So that's number one, experts on both sides, and look for facts inside the experts' um, arguments. Second research you need to do is to identify when somebody says the truth or somebody is bullshitting you, because this is going to be a tool to examine the experts. So unless it's likely that they're going to tell the truth. However, if you can identify BS and you can identify that one of them is trying to fool you, trying to sell you something that is not true, okay, by default the other guy is telling the truth, right? It could be that both trying to sell you something is trying to be, yes, probably that's the, but if you identify one and not the other, that means that and if you can identify truth, okay, now both experts can believe exactly what they say, and whoever says the science is settled and whatever, they have no clue how real life works. So I'll give you an example. Like, I've been in a jury several times, and the defense can bring an expert witness, and the prosecution can bring an expert witness, and they can look at the same thing and have different opinions. How could it be? The science is settled. No, the facts may be settled. Context is not can be interpreted. The experience and past experience can be come into a factor. Any convincing argument can come into a factor. It could be that if you just read them on a paper, they both look sides of the same argument, but you can't decide. However, in the courtroom, one expert can have more charisma or appeal, and they can convince you on their side, although objectively it's equal. Okay? So that's the second thing. Identify BS. And then the last but not least, sorry, I think it's allergies. The last but not least is the ability to ask good questions. What is good question? Every subject has its own questions. So when you do your own research, you look at what question people ask. and what question people ask different experts. I can tell you in the political arena, right? The way you know there is a media bias towards Democrats is because they don't need to invent new questions. They just need to ask the same questions that they ask Trump, ask Biden. You don't even need, right? Or vice versa. Okay? So if they ask Trump difficult political question when there is no good answer, and then they go to Biden asking what's his favorite flavor, ice cream flavor, that shows you that there is discrepancy in the questions. If they would ask Trump these kind of questions, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? You know what? Then there's no bias, right? Um, so look for questions. The Bible actually tells us that that's one of the most important thing in finding the truth is knowing what question to ask. Okay, and you can go to school or learn stuff about, I don't know, whatever subject, chemistry, astronomy. However, if you don't have the time, you just need to look for what questions are asked and just see different experts how they answer the same question. Okay, so that is the third thing, right? Know your questions, know your BS, and look for experts on both sides. Okay, and within that, look for the facts. Identify what are the facts, what is interpretation of the facts, what is opinion, and then from that deduce what is good and what is bad. So doing your research is a science by itself. You cannot just say that and without explaining. I guess Scott Adams is somebody that has like 185 IQ, doesn't feel, maybe he thinks that everybody immediately understand what doing your own research means. Okay, so to me, these are the three parts of doing your own research, and if I don't do these three, I didn't really do my own research. And by the way, you can bounce your thoughts with other people on the same subject if they're interested, and maybe they have some insight that you can use. Asynchronic SIP.